If your brand belongs in the heart of the yachting world, this is where it happens. Yachting International Radio reaches over 1 million yachting professionals and enthusiasts every month, with 77 million impressions, 220,000 social followers, and 74,000 podcast subscribers. Our hosts are insiders, crew, captains, CEOs, trusted voices shaping the industry. This is targeted, high-impact advertising in a luxury niche. Visit yachtinginternationalradio.com/advertise. Your audience is already listening.
Sandy, welcome to Yachting USA.
Thanks for having me.
Wow, thanks for being here. We're in South Florida. It looks like it's not quite South Florida, but
A little chilly. That's okay though.
it's not raining. It's not raining.
It's not raining.
Yeah, it's not raining, and that should be a great day here. It's obvious if you can't tell, we're in Pier 66, the newly renovated Marina. They have done an incredible job here with this marina facility, hotel facility, residences. The tower's still working and rotating now. It's kind of cool. And Megan Lagasse and her team has been gracious to give us this venue today. So thank you to Pier 66. And Megan,
The wind is, woo.
I know, I love it. It's like,
Yeah.
we're at sea now almost.
Yeah.
You can feel it. I'm not having it here.
I know, you don't have to worry about it.
We go back a ways.
Yeah, long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
I love this. So talk to us. Everybody just assumes you've always been in this, but what brought you into boating that led into yachting? Because you and I met
Yeah.
in Louisiana when you were involved with some of the Trinity
Yeah.
boats
Yeah.
way back in the day.
Yeah.
But what led up to that? I didn't know you before then.
Yeah, so I was on that merry-go-round of drugs and alcohol.
Oh,
at
sex,
school.
drugs, and rock and roll, all that.
Yeah. Got kicked out of 11th grade.
Did you?
I got arrested like 14 times, drinking and driving, doing stupid things. And that was before, they cracked down on drinking and driving.
And before the internet. So all that
Before the
stuff's
internet.
not out there.
I know it is.
Is it?
Yeah, your record stays with you.
But not the videos.
But a lot of it was juvenile delinquent stuff. And
Okay.
then it came into the adulthood. And when I got clean, I got sober at the age of 25. And that's when I started my yachting career. Because I had to get a job. I
Right.
entered an ad in the paper, washing boats. I worked for
cool.
Planned Maintenance Systems. Steve Mangini gave me a job.
Washing
and-
boats.
Yeah,
Okay.
washing boats. I did such a great job. A guy named John Flynn offered me a full-time job on his boat.
All right.
Sent me to sea school, invested in me. And that's hence all these years later.
You know what? I think there's a takeaway there too, Sandy, because we look at young people and, for instance, the International Super Yacht Society has this promise program where they're encouraging members to bring young people into our industry, to mentor them, to guide them, to give them opportunities. And it's overlooked sometimes how important that is. We have that opportunity to do that.
And I do think a lot of people do that. It's just, but the person has to want to change, of course. So,
Of course.
I think overall, I think we're a very philanthropic society, definitely in America,
Yeah.
in this industry.
Yep.
And someone invested in me and I worked hard to get to where I am.
I'm
It
sure you
wasn't, wasn't like, yes, it's fun. I mean, you're in this weather, you're on these massive yachts and you get to, ride on them and be next to these very sophisticated people.
Right.
And, I'm not the only one in our industry that had that background. There's a lot of us, right?
I could
We're like the
bore you
wayward.
with my background
wayward-
experiences too.
We're the wayward come. This is the industry.
Yeah.
I have some educated people too.
Well, you need some of those for balance.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So while you were going to sea school, while you're working, you were given the opportunity to stand at the helm a little bit, or were you
He taught
working
me. He took
deck
me
or interior or a little both? Or
No, all of it.
all of it.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Change the oil, fuel filters, cleaning, the toilets, washing the dishes, washing the boat, launching the jet skis, launching the tender. We towed a 38-foot cigarette boat behind a 67-foot Hatteras. That was my first boat.
If you
And
know,
it
you
was
know.
here over there when I was the Marriott, and I was in slip number 7. And we practiced on how to dock out there in that port
Okay.
in the current.
In the current. Yeah, it rips out there.
Yeah, he took me out on and off the dock.
I love this
Yeah.
story. I love this. This is so cool.
It's a great place to learn.
What better? You got a lot of deep water, big
No
water.
bow thruster.
Of course. What was this? Late 90s?
Yeah, early 90s.
Okay, early 90s.
92, I think.
All right. Wow. So I met you. You were trying to remember who you're working with, but we crossed paths at Trinity Yachts. And
I was building for the Arab businessman in Dubai, 47 meter.
47 meter. Okay.
Yeah.
Back in that day, it was a pretty big boat. Yeah.
The one that caught on fire in the Red Sea.
Yeah. That little hydraulics line that you rupture, and that affected my business too, because immediately Trinity made an across the board declaration of what they're going to implement on other boats, what kind of fluids are going to implement on other boats. And they almost lost the boat, right?
Yeah.
It was pretty.
Yeah. We saved the boat, no lives lost, rescued by warship, taken into Hadida for 13 days in hell, literally.
Wow.
And then finally back into Italy.
So when this happened, were you at the dock or were you underway?
We were underway.
You're underway.
Oh, yeah. We were in the Red Sea.
Okay, that's real.
Yeah, that was real. Off the coast of Yemen.
Okay.
Which was in a civil war.
Well, what could possibly go wrong?
Great time to go boating.
Was there ever a moment where you thought maybe you'd lose the boat, or was?
No, because the systems worked that were in place, CO2, it worked. We had trained. Crew training is essential. The firefighting team did their job. It was epic. And remember, every time something happens, it's usually in rough seas.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Because when it's flat calm, systems are working fine. No slushing of the fluids. No sediment coming up.
The filters are clean. Yeah.
It was in rough seas. So that was fun. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
That was
so that is when you talk about earning your stripes, there you go. Guests on board, or was it just pure crew?
Crew. 13. Yeah. 13.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where you see that teamwork come together.
Yeah.
That's where you realize you have to fight the ship, because it's your island. It's what you've got.
Yeah. That's why we train, right?
Right.
So we train, and then it happens, and you're like, sometimes a few people panicked. You're surprised who panics. But, that's when they're looking to the captain to save them. And you just have to stay calm and follow your training, and don't forget, what's next. And then the next thing, it's methodical training. And it's there for a reason, and it works.
That's true. That's true. And I can tell you that when I was running the yacht management company a couple of years back, we would do these audits. We'd come on board, and we were up in Rybovich doing basically a security and firefighting audit. And we had the crew bring out the fire hoses and don the suits and all of that. And it was interesting seeing the ones that really worked well together and helped each other in and out, and ones that were kind of like standing in the background. And I remember we pulled out a couple of immersion suits, and they were mildewed and had a tear in them, and you can't use these. And the takeaway was, we need to spend more time checking your equipment that, when it's time to go, do you really have pressure in the lines, and can you really, do what you have to do?
In management companies, I really love them because they keep the boats in check. And so the owners can rest assured that their crew are doing their jobs, and the captain doesn't have to ask for the money. He's not the bad guy, or she. He's not the bad girl. And then you just maintain their vessel, and you train. And, you make it fun. Training is fun.
It should be.
Yeah,
it should.
I think it is.
Oh, it's fun.
I always challenge the crew. I'm like, let's do this. All right. So it's fun. I'm competitive, and I bring that competitive spirit when it comes, even when it comes to chartering, launching the toys safely.
Of course.
Professionally.
Right.
How fast can we get these out and in the water?
That's right.
Set up.
Right. Yeah. Because it is. You go on, if you're a charter boat particularly, you got guests that are looking at the watch going,
they're standing on the swim platform waiting.
We're ready.
Waiting for the slide. They're waiting for it all. And you got a crew that's doing their best. And it's great because you need it to be methodical so you look like a pro, right? And then you become more efficient as time goes on.
Would you cross-train your crew? For instance, the stews that were working interior, would you bring them exterior occasionally to help with the slides, the tender launching? Or did you keep everybody disciplined in their own lane, so to speak?
No way, man. I cross-promote all the time. Are you kidding me? That's the way to do it.
All right.
Keeps them engaged and excited. And they may, oh my God, I want to work on deck, or I'd rather be inside. I want to be, I want to do the service, because when you're inside on service, you're interacting more with the guests.
Of course.
It's a more personal experience.
Yeah.
So, but when you're on deck, you are interacting, but not as much as interior. However, you're showing them the fun. I don't know. For me, I let them drive. you know,
Cool.
I don't care who they are. It could be the chef.
Right.
Hey, come up and steer the boat. You
Yeah,
know?
why not? You
I
know,
love it.
and they love it too.
Yeah.
You know, I drove that big boat, you know. That's a cool thing. You mentioned sobriety earlier in this conversation. Do you ever try to drive a dry boat, or do you?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I'm not. They're cheaper. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right.
I'm their captain.
Right.
It's a professional setting. The crew, if they ever, now through my career, I've helped people.
Right.
I have given them an option. I said, you either get sober or you're fired, because you come to a point where they become a liability instead of an asset. And so, I'll take them to a meeting or something like that. But I don't really get involved unless I see a problem
Right.
and I invest in.
Well, that's good. That's
Yes.
good. That's important. I interviewed a woman a few weeks ago down in Mexico. She started her career at 30. She was head of departments on almost all of the boats she was on. She tells the tale of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and the challenges sometimes, particularly in these charter boats where there's quick turnover, and the crew is just working insane hours, hours of rest. What's that? What comes out of that is, from all that stress and all of that effort and all that high energy, the decompression time can be catastrophic if it's not watched or managed. How do you find that balance? And how do you, when you see crew that are going a different direction, is there tools to redirect them into healthier ways of finding?
Absolutely. So mental health, right? So
Right.
I always say it's not, like mental illness. So to me, it's like if I'm physically weak, I go work out.
Right.
If I'm mentally, I don't like to use the word weak, but if I am not mentally prepared
Right.
for life and things that come at you, then I need to work on that part, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a deficiency. It's just a lack of education on how to get there. And so a lot of times I think it's misdirected. Where I come from, when you're in addiction, you're really just masking what's really happening. So once you remove the addiction, they always say, if you have a drunk horse thief and you sober him up, what do you have? You still have a horse thief.
Horse thief, right.
Just a sober one. So you got to work on that part, right? So the
Right.
mental part is, I worked the 12 steps. That's a 12-step program that actually changed my life.
Right.
And there's the last 3 are maintenance steps. It's like, you have to be a good human being, right? So it isn't, and a lot of people, I think, in society think they are owed something, or the world owes them. And that's not the case. You got to pick your pace, pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah, you do.
Like, you got to find that energy inside of you. Find someone to talk to, right? So
Right.
not
Good mentor.
25 people. Get a couple people that you can bounce stuff off of,
I like that.
and be ready to hear what you're
Right.
doing wrong.
Right.
Or-
Sometimes it's a tough conversation, but it's necessary.
Yeah. Or a correction, and build your character. Build on your character. Remove that character that's not working for you and build on the good character. Honesty, trustworthy, transparency,
Right. Right.
not competitive or not competitive, but combative. So even with yourself, just don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah. No, I like that. It's true. So we're our own worst enemy sometimes.
Just like what Leo always says, when I start getting upset with the crew, I go, just stop talking. So when that starts talking, just tell it to stop talking.
Stop talking.
Or
I
you
like
can
that.
say shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to say.
Either one works for me. Absolutely.
Use music. Music is your tool. Music is a superpower. And anytime I'm ready to lose my mind on the crew, or I'm having a hard day, I play a song that transforms my thinking into something way better. Because I like the happy
a particular
beat.
song you like to go to?
Oh, man, I like them all.
You like them all? Okay.
Yes, I'm listening to Staying Alive lately.
Okay. It's funny. I've been actually going back to Dazed and Confused. That's kind of like
Yeah.
my groove there, but it works. And I use that too. It's always been my elixir. But you have to find whatever tool works to bring you down and kind of reconnect you to where you want to be.
I like the one, Staying Alive. It's your birthday. Go shorty. How do you be sad?
You cannot. You
Yeah.
cannot. They talk about that. Yeah, when your
It's your
brain turns.
birthday. Yeah.
Full disclosure, I think I've only ever watched 2 episodes of Below Deck. I don't know what that makes me, but definitely
Fine.
not plugged into
Yeah.
Bravo. But I've listened to the industry drumbeat and I hear both sides of it. But now you're working with crew on camera. How does that compare to your previous experiences managing, operating crew and running boats
Yeah.
for
Great
more than 4
question.
days at a time?
Yeah. So basically, it does help our industry. I don't care what anyone says.
Good.
Because if you look at the numbers, wherever we film, tourism increases.
Right.
People go, oh my God, I've never knew there was a charter. I never knew I could charter a boat. You know how many people out there I see on airplanes go, because I saw, we're headed to Croatia, we're chartering a boat because we watched the show.
Love it.
We got a lot more people in our industry. Now you're getting more crew, which we're a deficit of crew.
Big time.
So the comparison, it's actually everything that you see, they're just following us. Yes, they cast for character, of course.
Of course.
Just like we hire for character. We're not going to hire someone who doesn't talk, or who's afraid of their shadow.
Right.
We're going to hire people who have an energy behind them because you're servicing these people, these billionaires and millionaires. So basically, they follow us. The difference is we're below deck is more tolerable, and it is TV, right?
Right.
So yes, if I was on a charter boat, would I tolerate the nonsense to the point where I tolerate on TV? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. However, what I've always said to production is your bar's here, my bar's here, I can only bring them to here. Because you want your bar to always be high.
Yes.
And what I love about this show is it reaches millions globally and shows them these are jobs in this industry. This is the opportunity for the people who can't afford to send their kids to college, or the kids that are like that were, I used to be, that have nowhere to go. But you go, wow, that's a really cool industry. When I'm looking at a super yacht, it's incredible because that's that opportunity. That show has done that for us.
Right.
Millions. And it gives them hope. And that's why I have the charity, which Liz is going to talk about.
Right.
And so basically, I love the show. Production's very respectful. Over the years, we've both morphed. We've evolved.
Right.
And they listen, I listen. Now I step out of the way a lot more. And it's incredible. I love the network, NBC as a whole, Bravo. Great people.
Good.
They work just as hard as us. We live parallel lives. They're in it until it's over. They do not sleep like us.
Oh, wow.
And they charter more than one boat. So they actually bring income into our industry. They charter about 4 boats.
Yeah, no, that's real.
The transport goes back and forth. They do 3 shift changes a day. And those people are carrying those heavy cameras up and down those stairs. And a lot of the boats that we charter are very old boats. So it was all before the regulations started.
Right.
And the steps are this short and these guys' feet are that long.
I agree. I think when you look at the number of yachts under construction right now, arguably, I think there's over 35 meters. We're talking about 600 boats in construction worldwide. Another 200 have gone into contract worldwide. That's a fleet of 800 that are either in process or soon to be in process. I was on board Breakthrough in Amsterdam last year. By the way, that crew accommodation. Oh my God.
Yeah. I know, right? Yeah. That's nice.
Each stateroom is like its own hotel suite. You can do Pilates on the floor in each stateroom. It's beautiful. How do you fill those seats? There's thousands and thousands of new crew that are going to be needed. And
our TV show.
Well, there you go. There you go.
And our charity.
Charity. We're going to talk about this because I think that's important.
Yeah, it's about education. So you want to get them in, STCW, physical, pass a drug test, you got a job.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
That's the starting point.
That's the starting point.
Right.
That is all you need just to start on deck.
Right. So talk to me about your charity.
I want Liz to do that.
You want Liz to do that?
You know why?
Why?
Because she's our director. And Liz has been in it. I'm going to tell you this right now.
Cool.
I had the idea because of what I've been through.
All right.
I have never run a charity in my life. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Right.
Liz Schmidt has. So thanks to Lori Wheeler, we have Liz.
Good morning, Liz.
Yeah, hi.
Welcome to Yachting USA.
Thanks.
What a pleasure.
For having me.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, of
This is
course.
a great collaboration.
Absolutely.
I've been looking forward to, obviously, see the friendship Sandy and I have, but also understanding more about Captain Sandy's Charities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Captain Sandy's Charities.
Yeah.
So what's the genesis and what is this?
Absolutely. So the organization has been around for a few years now, and it is basis in workforce development and marine career exploration. And so the idea is that we want to introduce the maritime industry to as many youth and families as possible.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I love this.
So we have a few ways that we're able to accomplish this. One of the ways that I'm most proud of is we have a fully accredited educational curriculum that is available for free to teachers in the state of Florida that they can use, that is on a variety of subject bases, that is all marine career exploration and sustainability exploration for getting jobs in ecotourism
Wow.
or getting jobs as a scientist or working on deck on a yacht or working on a tugboat or a cruise ship or
Doesn't
all
matter.
sorts of any
Get
type
on
of
the
job. Or maybe going at sea isn't necessarily something that someone wants to do. Maybe it's being a mechanic or a welder, working in the shipyard.
Say,
or
repair my
designing boats.
outboard.
Yeah, exactly. We need a lot of marine mechanics. We have a shortage of those.
We do. And those are great gigs that
Yeah.
they pay well and,
Yeah.
and they create opportunity.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So in addition to the classroom work, we also work to get kids out because they have to see it, right?
Right.
It's one thing to see it on TV, see it online, learn about it in the classroom, but to actually hands-on see it
Right.
is great.
Well, you guys brought up name a friend of mine, Lori Wheeler, who's with the Marine Industries
Yeah.
Association of South Florida, MIASF. Love her, and I love the apprenticeship program
Yeah,
that they've
absolutely.
been putting together. So
Yeah.
I see there's collaboration here. Right?
Definitely. Yep. You have to have
Wow.
that pipeline of people and that pathway for students. And that's what we're
There you
we're
go. And look
working
at this industry. You can see that once you get them in, sky's the limit.
Absolutely. And
Wow.
it's about teaching that too, right?
Right. So how do we support Captain Sandy's charity?
Yeah, absolutely. A couple ways. Of course, we are a 501c3 nonprofit. We
Okay.
are a charity and we run off of the generous donors
Oh.
who can contribute. So if you are a business or an individual out there who wants to help grow maritime workforce,
Yep.
we're one of the great places to do that. We have some amazing partners and be able to actually get kids out on the water. In addition to that, we also have our YouTube channel, Beyond the Docks, and that's a way for students and families to explore different maritime careers. So checking out our YouTube channel.
Okay. Well, on the record, Rick Thomas Yachting Development, my LLC, is going to donate $100 right now today to
Fantastic.
Captain Sandy's Charities. And I challenge anybody who's listening to this to match or do better than what I'm going to do today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of a better use of that right now because this industry needs it. And I'm just thrilled that you guys are doing it.
Yeah. And then one other way that also people can support our charity is by purchasing a Boating Capital of the World license plates.
Yes.
And so we have these very cool license plates for the state of Florida. And so if you live in Florida, you support boating and the maritime industry, we have a beautiful license plate. So please purchase our
Does that come
license
out now?
plate. It is not coming out yet, but it's close.
I know, because I was, love it. There it is for kids.
So yeah,
But-
so support our license plate. And that's one way that we can ensure that our charity is supported for a long time through the generosity of donors.
Love it. Love it. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing this.
Yeah.
I think this is really super cool.
And we'll sign you up for free. So the first 1,000
Yep.
people,
Yes.
you get your license plate for free.
What she said.
All the info is on our website. You can check it out there.
Okay. I just doubled down then. I'm going to get the license plate along with the donation today.
There we go. Perfect.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You make this real.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Liz, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Yeah,
for joining
absolutely.
the show. This is
Absolutely.
fun.
Yeah.
And wow, all I can say is this has been a wonderful morning. Thank you, ladies, for being part of this. I so look forward to engaging in the future with more of this as we go forward. And I guess until the next time, I'm out of here.